Hello guys and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about how to sim your character in World of Warcraft. So for getting the best stats and sometimes also the best DPS from talents and gear, simming your character can actually help you quite good. But you still need my guides because it doesn't tell you how to play the rotation and other game tips. It's basically just hardcore hardcore numbers on which stats and so on is the best thing. So let's go through how to sim your character. So the first advice I will give is to install the add-on called Simulation Craft, as you can see here, Simulation Craft. When you have Simulation Craft and you activate it in game, you will be getting all this text here that you will be able to paste into the websites that will basically help you with simming your characters. You don't need this add-on all the time, it's only sometimes. Sometimes you basically need this add-on for simming your character if they need to do some hardcore things where they have to see what you have in your bag and so on and so on. But in most cases, for small simulations, you can actually also just do it by knowing your character name and server name. So let's copy paste this. Okay, let's jump over to the upper screen now. So on the other screen here, if I just turn around, on the other screen I have here, we will be seeing right now that I have a website open. It's called raidbots.com. In here you can basically sim all your stats, everything you need. So for example, if I go to stat weight, that is simming your stats, I can either put in a character from a realm and put in the name, or I can put in my sim add-on. So you know, my Simulation Craft, the text I just simply pasted in. If I put that in, it will be happy, and I can basically say now, generate stat weight. For free users, it will basically begin now to put you in a queue where it will sim your characters, because every time they sim a character, they are actually making a script behind the scene. They are actually running some modifier or progress or anything, whatever the server is built on. And it will actually run it, and the server cannot handle up to a lot of requests at the same time. So they put you in a queue. So if you don't want to be in a queue, you can of course buy the premium. But I mean, I don't mind waiting 1 minute to spare some money just to see what my simming is. But I already made some cheating. I already made some stat weight before this video. So I made a stat weight on my character called Dvalin. He's a hunter, beast mastery. So down here you can basically see what is actually the best thing for him. Here we go. So this has now looked on the gear I have, the stats I have, what have I most of right now. And basically it can see for myself, my character, that at the moment weapon damage is the most important for me at all. So I should, no matter what, just try to get a better weapon. And at the moment my weapon is, can we see that? 345 eye level. So that's pretty low, so that's probably why it's kind of, complaining about my weapon. So first of all, it tells me get a better weapon. Have some more weapons. So a better weapon will give him a lot of more DPS. You can see 1 point of your weapon DPS will increase your DPS by 6.03. The next thing you can see is that I need more agility. So agility for me would be really good to focus on. Next will be haste, mastery, critical strike, and versatility. So basically this robot here is telling me I need these stats. So I know in most of my videos I'm actually telling you which stat is the best one and so on and so on. But my stats is, when I tell about the stats, is like general stats. This is the general best stats for normal situations. But these stats, it actually shows here, is the best stat for your character. So for your character at the moment. So I know that in my guides I'm talking about general best stats. But here it basically tells you this is the best stats for this single character at the moment. Because you can maybe have too much haste and then it doesn't want you to have more haste or so on. But this simming is basically now looking on your character, your gear and so on. And basically telling you what's should you have? Also, I went through this one here. It's called, if I go back to the standard page, Quick Sim. The Quick Sim is basically just showing you what is your DPS. So what should your DPS be on this character? And this is the DPS I have. I think also some people use this as like a gear score to actually see, okay, your character should have this DPS. Okay, fine enough. I also made, we can also do a talent compare. The talent compare is quite cool because the talent compare will show you the talents you have, and then you can try setting up some other talents, and then it will tell you directly, are these talents better or not? But I'm pretty sure these talents are in a single target orientations. So it will just focus on one target, which is damaging. And you can see at the moment I have these talents here. So Dvalin has these talents. And for fun I tried to take some other talents that I might think could be fun to try and play with. And it actually says that these talents I have right now, if I take the other talents, I will lose 1700 DPS. So basically telling me that, you know what, your talents is actually quite better than this. But what could be cool is that if it actually also showed which talents are just the best overall, but you have to set up which talents you actually will want to compare. But I can see this scenario here, my talents are better than this spec. These talents are actually the talents that I found on the most websites that they recommend. So I just tried them, and then here I tried another build, and it says, well, this kind of sucks. Okay, fine enough. You can also do a lot of other things. You can have gear compare. You can also say find your best drops. So the best drops you have got, it will find that. Or gear compare, it will compare different sets of gear. Or top gear. Find the top gear combination from your bags. This one here requires that you actually have the sim add-on activated, because it will not be able to look in your bag if not. So I will paste in my sim calculation. So here it can see the items I have active right now, main hand. It can actually see I have this one also in my bag right now. It's kind of cool. So if I had other items in my bag, like here, it will basically show all the items. So if you have been in a raid and you have been killing a lot of bosses and you got a lot of gear, and you're like, which gear is actually the best one for me right now? Well, this one will tell you. Also, you have to select some additional things down here. You have to select some scopes or enchantments, and at the moment it can see that I don't have anything on. So I will need to choose someone that I actually would put on. Because if I just say, okay, find top gear, it says that you at least have 2 combinations. Make sure you have additional item, achievements, and talents. So I will need to take, let's say here we want more crit. And is that enough? No, it also wants up here. Okay. So now it's basically trying to find out which gear am I having right now that is the best. I could also have added another talent spec in here if I wanted, but I mean, you can either do the talents in here or you can do it just on the talents page for yourself. So let's wait 2 seconds and see when this will be ready. So here we go. Now we have created a total sim of my character and what I have in my bag. So first of all, it recommends me on using a scope on my weapon. It recommends me adding more critical strike to my rings, because I added these items I would like to have. And here down it shows me the top gear I can have. So it basically, yeah, because I don't really have any other gear in my bag, so it doesn't really show anymore. But it would if I had. Yeah, so that's basically it. I mean, if I had more items in my bag, it will also show me that. But yeah, so you could say this website here is really helpful, raidbots.com. So you should try. I mean, just for seeing your stats or talents, you don't have to download any add-ons. You can just go in here, just stat weight, and just put in your character name, and that's everything. So if you want to try sim your character and see if you are using the correct stats, or if you want to see which stats you should get more of, well, try going to raidbots.com and sim your character. So this was just a little guide for showing you guys how you can actually sim a character and what it can be used for. So go into the website, they have a lot of more things that you can do than just this. I just wanted to show you these small things about stat weighting, so I can actually mention this guide in my other videos. So thanks guys for watching, enjoy this simming, and probably a lot of people of you are already doing this, and I'm just old school and haven't really been doing this so far. So thanks guys for watching, have a great evening, and see you in the next video.